Well, I wasn't expecting to see a post like this on Bungie.net today. Every end is a new beginning. For almost 12 years, we've had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with all of us, with all of you. So, unfortunately, they're releasing their last live service content update on June 9th, which was when the original update was supposed to release, but we didn't know at the time that it was going to be their last. But on a positive note, a lot of things are coming with this update on June 9th. Moments of Triumph are coming back, similar into the ways of Destiny 1. Legendary masks from Age of Triumph's past from D1 style. Free armor ornaments, accessories, weapon engrams, and more. A title as well, and an armor set. There's also a monument that you can visit, which I assume is going to be right where Iron Banner or Eva usually is. The director is looking honestly fantastic. This is the best I think that we have ever seen the director. All portal activities are still available via lists in the nodes at the bottom of the director. I assume that's the bottom right thing, because I don't know what that is. Pantheon 2 is returning, and this is Callus Argos, I think that's his name, and Golron. And maybe some new armor I'm seeing on the back here. June 9th will be the first slate of bosses available, with 2 activities, each featuring a unique roster of bosses, so 2 different versions you can run. The Gauntlet, which is just the full version of, I assume, both activities into one, and then encounter rotations begin, which is, I assume, just randomly rotating bosses. All raids and dungeons are going to have their weapons and armor revisited to bring them up to modern standards with tier parity, set bonuses, new perks, more. Crafted weapons will have an upgrade path for tiers 1 to 5. I hope this means that I won't have to refarm the crafted versions. Weekly featured raids and dungeons are returning, giving players additional opportunities for high tier rewards each week. And details will be in an upcoming TWID. I don't know if this counts as the TWID. I assume not. Destinations, weapons, and armor have also been revisited to bring them up to modern standards with parity, bonuses, perks, more. Some destinations will have distortions, a new addition to bring more variety and a touch of challenge to your time planet side. They also bring unique rewards beyond your slate of destination drops. New aspects, one for Solar Hunter, one for Void Warlock, and one for Solar Titan. Crackshot, Soul Siphon, and Shield Burst, respectively. New Hunter Melee is going to be available, called Phantom Surge. New grenades for all classes for Strand and Stasis, Slice Wire, and Shatter. Class-specific abilities, Warlock, Titan, and Hunter are all getting some new love. Mindspun Invocation will now work with Threadling Grenade. Ward of Dawn is going to be getting a full rework, and Trapper's Ambush will have new capabilities and more. All exotic armors earned since Edge of Fate launch will automatically be upgraded to Tier 5. That is fantastic because it just felt kind of lame having your exotics be 40 stats under everything else. Changes to a handful of exotic armors. What if Warlock could throw 2 Nova Bombs in quick succession to... What? Creating a giant explosion? That's insane. Various exotic weapons will receive a tuning pass, and many will be receiving catalysts. When they say many, I hope it's the ones that are from, like, year 2, year 3. Because it just feels lame to have certain exotics be under par with everything else. The portal, mostly boring because it's staying the same, but it's adding in Gambit as another activity, new set bonuses and reprisals, and adding exclusive armor to Comp Crucible. Contest Elders, Coil have received balance passes. They will receive escalating difficulty over time rather than starting at the highest difficulty, which is a nice ramp up to warm you up into the activity. Onslaught has been rebalanced to remove revive tokens, and you get more scrap more often to bring back the feeling of building up defenses over time, so you can Shax Max, which was just building as many Shaxs as possible to taunt everything. A few weapons will also be making a return, only available through Onslaught. I hope it's the weapons that were pushed to the side to come into a future, like, Age of Triumph sort of moment. Like, Trophy Hunter was one of the weapons they mentioned. Crucible, Iron Banner will run every 4 weeks, and Trials will run every week that Iron Banner isn't there. Both modes will feature tiered loot and new armor. Heavy Metal will have now a Cabal Walker, a brand new map, mixed vehicle, combat, and vehicle selection. Gambit is being upgraded to an Ops category and receiving a Rewards Fresh, new armor to be earned with a unique set bonus, and reprising iconic Gambit weapons as tiered gear. I hope it's all Gambit weapons, because if it's just like 3 or 4, I don't think it'll have a lot of people playing it, let alone because it is Gambit. Seasonal events are being retired, and a collection of weapon rewards from Festival Lost, Dawning, Guardian Games, and Solstice can be earned through engrams on the Moment of Triumph vendor. Armor ornament sets previously available for Bright Dust will be available, not only through direct exchange, but also through Bright Dust engram focusing. Silver and Bright Dust will be earnable, but now through daily lockouts instead of weekly, to allow people to get more, which is nice. Focusing system, using an engram and some Bright Dust, you can select from an array of engrams that guarantee the item category result and do not produce duplicates, which is nice. That we've needed a lockout system for a long time, honestly. The Moments of Triumph update will also bring a rewards pass, which was originally planned for Shadow and Order, featuring a new exotic hand cannon. Kind of lame that it's a hand cannon. Armor ornaments and more. We've increased the number of cosmetic rewards on the pass as well. I assume that's to compensate for this being the last one, including multiple armor ornament sets, ghosts, shaders, and more. Yes, we said more twice. Look, we put a lot of extra things on this. We hope you enjoy it. June 9th, you may apply common, uncommon, rare, legendary ornaments to your exotics. I'm personally not a fan of this. Even when they did the apply any ornament to any exotic, I still don't use it, just to have some parity between what my exotics look like and will function as. So if I'm going to use a Starfire Protocol ornament on a Stasis exotic, that makes no sense to me, so I wouldn't do it personally. All content packs are being put into a singular purchase available on June 9th. This will include campaigns, dungeon keys, 30th anniversary, and more. Individual content packs and expansions will also receive permanent markdowns in June. And the last thing they mention is probably one thing that people have been wanting for years. It was everyone's favorite Crucible mode in Destiny 1 at the end of Destiny 1's lifetime. SRL is going to return as a permanent addition, reopening tracks from the original Destiny experience and adding a new space to race opponents on. We've created a new, unique weapon set to earn by competing in races. And armor sets return with a new set bonus and numerous cosmetics, including sparrow horns. That is a huge thing to bring back, just to annoy people with. In the coming weeks, a full breakdown of SRL will be available. Each week through launch, we'll be diving a bit deeper into each subject through a mix of developer insight articles and This Week in Destiny updates. We're spreading things out to avoid massive walls of text and information overload, which is nice. So if you want to have questions on, let's say, Gambit ops, they might have an entire section dedicated for that, so it's easier to read. After launch, the TWID will continue for a few weeks to keep you informed on any immediate moment of Triumph news. Once we're through our launch window, our weekly blogs will be entering a form of hibernation. This won't be the end of communications from us by any means. We'll still be keeping in touch through social media, websites, Discord, and other outlets. Well, it's a shame that this is happening, but I think it was pretty obvious from how Renegades turned out player-wise. And while it is nice to have all of these things launch, it's just a shame that it took the, I guess, like, end of service announcement to do it. Because I think having all of these new players fight these year 1, year 2, just prior to the game's boost in popularity is amazing. It might not bring in new players, but I think it'll bring in returning players, which is what I'm hoping they're wanting. Obviously, no matter how many players they'll get from this, they're not going to start up on game dev on this. But I don't know. It's just a shame to see this happen to a game that a lot of people have loved for well over a decade. But if you guys have any thoughts or comments on this, be sure to let me know.